For the last few years, I've explored nearly 40 countries, but I'm finally ready to show you my home.
Ой, шармукшня, курто ауге тарбалу. Ай, курто ауге тарбалу.
The next place I want to show you is Kaunas. It's the second largest city in Lithuania and a town I'm proud to call home. At one point, Kaunas was the temporary capital of Lithuania, and now it has been named the European Capital of Culture for 2022. If you want to feel true Lithuania, Kaunas is the perfect city for that authenticity. It is full of beautiful houses and architecture, colorful streets, and churches dating back to the early 15th century. This is one of our most photographed buildings in Kaunas, which once was offered to be demolished because it was built during the times when Kaunas was part of the Russian Empire and used as a Soviet art gallery during the occupation. But we think that the beauty like this, in the center of town, cannot be destroyed. As you can see, there's a lot of churches here in Kaunas, but if you're not religious, you'll still find them interesting. For example, this one right here has a huge terrace with a 360 view of Kaunas. Ninth Fort Memorial. It is a place I couldn't miss to mention in this video. It was built in the memory of the 45,000 Jews that were massacred here by the Nazis. The memorial will impress you with its size, and the museum will walk you through its sad history. Now, as a local, I want to give you a few hidden gems of my city. The one right behind me is one of my favorites. Yes, the one right behind me. Kiemo Galeria, or the Country Yard Gallery. Over a decade ago, an artist Vytenis Yakas moved into this courtyard. He was so annoyed with the Latvian community that he started creating murals and transferring onto the walls photos of Jewish families that used to live here before World War II. This helped him build the community, and the neighborhood transformed into one of the most Instagrammable spots in Lithuania. Here you'll even find a cat sitting in the yellow shutter window, making sure you don't leave trash on your visit. Believe me, it is a real hidden gem, and not a lot of tourists or even out-of-town guests know about this place. Now I'll take you to a place where time has stopped more than 30 years ago. Maybe it is not the most impressive cafe in town, but has become the heart of the locals and a place where you can step back in time where people live without credit cards. They specialize in old-fashioned donuts, where the recipe has not changed since the beginning. The interior either. One thing you can't miss while you're in Kaunas is the only devil museum in the world. We just came to one of the most unique spots of Lithuania, Hills of Crosses. It sounds exactly what it is, hill full of crosses. First crosses were put up in 1831, after families could not locate bodies of missing rebels. The Soviets worked hard to remove new crosses, and they bulldozed the site multiple times. There were even rumors that the authorities are going to build a dam on a nearby river so that the hill would end up underwater. But despite all of that, the place still stands today. Guys, it's just impossible to count all these. Some say that there's about 200,000 here, and you can see there's just rows of people coming with more and more crosses.
People leave the crosses with the flags of their own country. So when you're here, pay attention and maybe you'll find your own country here.
Over the years, this place has come to signify the peaceful endurance of the Lithuanian people, despite the countless threats they faced throughout history. If you're seeking any kind of spiritual growth or healing, this is the place to go. We're told that every person that visits the pyramid of Merkinė with an open heart and spends 30 minutes inside will experience a special state of closeness to God and receive an answer to his healing and prayers.
So how do we record? We have one dog here.
We're
going
training
crazy.
this dog.
We have another dog. Where he come?
Look at this one though.
And we so quiet.
Cosmo jealous? Fighting bugs over there.
He's so cute.
Soviet Union has taken a huge part of Lithuanian history and the surrounding countries. Now we're in a very unique place, Gutus Parkas, which gives you a look through the lens into what communist Russia was like. Lithuania was the first nation to declare independence from the Soviet Union. With it, they took down all the Soviet monuments and brought them to Guto Park, which now provides visitors an opportunity to experience the Soviet ideology. Lithuania is one of the flattest countries in the world, and one of the best ways to explore it is by climbing one of the many observation decks. Just be warned that they don't have elevators, so you have to be fit because nobody's gonna carry you. I think he enjoyed it. God, there's so many mosquitoes. Ready? We're in one of my favorite places on earth, which just happened to be the heart of Lithuania, and it's a castle surrounded by over 200 lakes, and there's no better way to explore it than from above. Casey, never been inside of an air balloon.
Town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
Actually, it's quite a lovely story of how this castle came to be. Grand Duke Kęstutis used to live here with his wife Birute in Trakai, and his wife was from the seaside and she was getting sick and tired of not being near the sea, near the ocean. So as a real man, he decided to build a castle in the middle of a lake just to please her and to make her feel more at home. Behind me stands Gediminas Tower. Gediminas was the Grand Duke of Lithuania that founded Vilnius almost 700 years ago. He had a dream here that an iron wolf was howling as loud as hundreds of wolves. And he was told by a wizard, Lizdeka, that if he builds a city here, the city's going to be as strong and as great as that grand wolf was. Guys, I have to show you something really unique that I doubt you've ever seen anywhere else in the world. There's a portal here that takes you 600 kilometers away to Poland. You'll find a lot of great spots in Vilnius. For example, now we're at Literature Street, which is dedicated to showing the work of artists that used to live here. But if you're looking for the most creative and the quirkiest district of Vilnius, you have to come here. This used to be one of the poorest neighborhoods in Vilnius before art students and teachers moved here and turned it completely around. And in 1997, they called it the Republic of Užupis. That its own president, its own currency, as well as army of 8, and its own constitution, which is one of the funniest you'll ever find. For example, everyone has the right to die, but it's not an obligation. A cat is not obligated to love its owner, but must help in time of need. These are just funny, you have to read them, and they're every language, so you'll find your own. And this attraction brings thousands of people to Vilnius, who come to the Gate of Dawn to pray to the painting of Mary. Here you will see very simple symbolic silver hearts, eyes, hands and feet that testify to the miracles experienced through the Mother of Mercy. There's still so many things I want to show you and tell you about Lithuania, but I invite you to come here and discover its miracles on your own.
Eisiu geriau paklausyti.